Well, California exodus is happening in mass. Lots of Californians are choosing to leave California or just relocate within California. The question a lot of people are asking today is it time to leave California? But before we get started in this video, my name is Justin Lee, this is Jeffrey DeJesus, and we have helped hundreds of Californians leave California or just relocate within California. So if you have any questions about relocations, reach out to us and we'll help you out every step of the way.
Great.
So with that said, let's hop into this video. So Jeff, what do you think about Californians leaving California? What do you think about the California mass exodus?
Well, you know, it is really happening. I mean, you see a lot on the news about people leaving California. I believe it was 82,000 a month. Yeah. And California has a negative population growth. It's like just as of recent. I mean, every year there was a few 100,000 people moving into California, but that has all changed. And so, I mean, I could see some of the pros of leaving California is you could buy a bigger home. I mean, I know in Texas you could buy double the size of your home. You could enjoy more land. Yeah, and then some of the things that some of our clients had mentioned, which is very simple, but I think very important, is they feel that their kids are safe riding their bike in the neighborhood.
That's right.
I mean, as simple as it sounds, I mean, me as a parent, I know the feeling because I didn't trust any babysitters taking care of my baby. So I took my baby everywhere I went when I was selling homes and going door to door and to my appointments. So another lower cost of living in other states, and that's a good one. And one of the things is some of the things that our clients are doing right now is they're selling their home in San Francisco, capitalizing on the explosive growth it's had in the last 10 years, and then buying a home for cash along with an investment property. I mean, just that simple move. They buy a house cash, then they buy an investment property. I mean, think about that. You live for free in your primary resident, and then you have an investment property to pay you monthly.
That's correct.
Well, a lot of people here in the San Francisco Bay Area are struggling just to pay their $5,000 mortgage.
$7,000.
$7,000. But think about it. You cash out, you take that $1 million, you buy a house for cash, and then buy an investment property, and you could buy like a fourplex for $300,000 out in other places.
Right. And with remote working, everything is so much easier. You don't have to be in California to have a California-based job. You can have a tech job working remotely in Idaho, which expenses are extremely low, cost of living is extremely low, and you're living like a king or a queen with acres of land.
Yeah, I mean, did you see all those mass layoffs here in the Bay Area?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, we're talking about 20% at Google?
I believe so.
Okay.
No, 20%. Yahoo was thinking about laying 20% of
that's
its employees down. Yeah.
I mean, I thought I read Facebook, Google, Yahoo, and a lot of other tech companies are really shaving off some of these jobs because they're really going towards remote working.
Twitter cut off a lot of employees recently. Yeah.
So I guess some of the pros of coming and working in California seems like it's going all the way.
That's right.
Right? Like Twitter and HP and McKesson and a lot of these companies moved to Texas. Yeah. In particular, Prosper. And that sounds like the new Silicon Valley to me.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing for companies and for the employees. Now the company doesn't have to pay half the amount of tax, and employees can live at anywhere in the world. They can choose to live in Miami if they want to. They can choose to live in the country, in Kansas, something like that. And now the companies don't have to pay a hefty amounts of salary to these employees just because they live remotely. They live in a much less expensive area.
I mean, let's just talk about that for a second. A corporation that leases, let's say, 100,000 square foot building in San Francisco, cut that off. I mean, you're talking about possibly saving hundreds of millions of dollars just on overhead, insurance, food, because I know a lot of these tech jobs provide food every day for their employees. I mean, if that building is gone and all the lights and air conditioning and heating and cleaning and bathroom and janitors and printers and all the things that cost to run a business is all gone.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the savings on that. And it only makes sense because this is where the world is going.
Correct.
But that's where we are. But let's just talk about some of the cons. I mean, if people sold their home in California, I mean, what is the con there? I mean, I could think of one. People don't want to move out of California or out of where they live is because they don't want to be away from family.
Yes.
That's an important one I hear all the time.
Yes.
Another one is not being familiar with the neighborhood. I mean, that's legit. That's legit. Weather. Of course, California weather is great.
Yes,
I mean, there's no snow. LA is always sunny. And San Francisco Bay Area has decent weather as well. So, I mean, weather definitely. Napa Valley. I mean, if you love wine, I mean, but I guess the question would be, when was the last time you were in Napa?
Well, it's been a while.
You could just go to Safeway and pick up a bottle of Napa wine. California beaches and coastline, it's beautiful. I guess those are some of the cons, but even though you don't have to necessarily leave it all in all, because when you come and visit family,
that's right,
you could go visit the beaches in Napa Valley and all the nice places that are in California. I'm not saying California is totally doom and gloom.
That's right.
But the living conditions are not favorable anymore.
But if you can't leave California, you can always live in a different neighborhood. I mean, recently, haven't you just moved to a different neighborhood in California?
Yeah. I mean, I moved to a country and I went to up north towards Lincoln, Roseville. Beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. The weather's great, different from San Francisco Bay Area. I mean, but let me give you some differences. I used to live in a 1,300 square foot home.
Small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, I live in a 4,000 square foot home, 4-car garage. The lot was 2,500 square foot lot. Today, I have 6 acres, a lot of land, enjoying it. And so it's a much different life, but it's totally safe. Nobody's coming over, nobody's driving by, nobody's stealing anything. And it's just a different life. And thanks to remote working, and with remote working, I was able to reconstruct my corporation and got a lot of virtual assistants to help me to give good customer service to clients. And so, but yeah, it's definitely possible for people to take advantage of the equities they gain in San Francisco and to buy somewhere else. I mean, and like you said, if moving out of California is absolutely out of the question, then there are some neighborhoods within California that's still rather safe and you can't get away from the taxes. You just have to restructure things. Talk to a professional like Justin and I. We could talk a lot about taxes, real estate, communities, and all the different programs within California, as well as learn our expertise outside of California. So either way, we could help you.
So yes, let us know what you think about the California mass exodus and whether or not you thought about leaving California or just relocating within California. If you ever thought about buying in a different area, selling your house in San Francisco, Los Angeles, or the big cities, or doing 1031 exchange or any real estate related services, we're here to help and we're here to guide you through every step of the way. Jeff and I has helped hundreds of people relocate. We're here to help you out do the same thing.